All right, hey guys. So normally I do earnings every week in French, but this time I decided to do something a little bit different because this week sucks. There's nothing much in the market. There's nothing that piques my interest. And there's nothing I feel comfortable with telling the viewers of the channel that they should keep an eye on. It's been a tough week. Jerome Powell yesterday raised the US interest rates by 0.75, so that's almost a full basis point. What does that mean for you? And what does this mean for my overall thoughts about the market? Well, the best way that I could put this is the stock market's been correcting, and I think the correction will last a little bit longer. Now, if you're following our French videos, the good thing is the companies that we did say that we were looking at have actually been outperforming the market. Now, for example, the Dow Jones has been down almost 16% year to date. So that's a huge drop. But the companies we have mentioned, like AMD, WMS, even Campbell Soup, and keep your eye on Campbell Soup because it's actually doing better than all these companies. But let's go back, AMD, WMS, and Dava, for example. These are all companies that are only down 7 to 8% year to date, when I just said that the market was down almost 16% year to date. So like I tell our French viewers, there's always value in the market. And in a bear market like we're currently in, well, the best places to put your money is usually places that will hold its value. If anything, I would say that the market currently, the winning strategy would be to place your money in stocks that have high growth potential, but have also high value holding power. And those are the stocks that I just mentioned, for example, AMD, WMS, Dava. But let's go a step further. Campbell Soup, for example, that's actually hovering 0% for the year. So no growth, no loss. I would say Campbell Soup, which is a consumer favorite, especially going into something like a recession when interest rates are going high. Again, like I was telling our viewers last week, there's value in savings, and Campbell Soup is a great place to put your money. Now, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but the whole market context has me thinking. Yes, we've been telling you guys that you should be looking for companies that are holding their value, companies that are either beating their earnings or matching their earnings. Why do you want to do that? Well, because your money is going to keep its value in those companies. Even though the company might drop, the growth potential is still there. But putting that aside, the one thing we're realizing currently is that commodities are probably the place to go. I've been putting a lot of thought into this for the past, I'd say, month. And when I look at a market like the gold market, silver market, copper, strategic metals, governments have been piling in for the last year now. They've been issuing funds, they've been issuing special grants. They're actually even starting production. Like, yes, strategic metals, mining, we think as well as the energy sector that's been outperforming the market, by the way. But strategic metals, when I take the time to think about it, it's somewhere where I'm thinking about possibly putting my money with. Now at Invercio, we work with a lot of companies that are in the mining sector, junior exploration companies. Now, obviously, I can't tell you to invest in those companies, but what I can tell you is that the reason why I like junior exploration companies is because as we're moving in time and we have these crazy billionaires that are thinking about drilling asteroids or going to the moon or going on Mars for minerals, the one thing we're going to realize is that the minerals that are right here, closer to home, probably in our own backyard like Quebec, their value is going to start matching the actual commodity like itself. So for example, if we go year to date, gold has been hovering around 1,800, copper around $4.50, silver around $22. And if you compare that year to date with the 5-year, these commodities are actually in a bull market, which is pretty interesting considering that the overall market is in a bear market. So again, can't tell you what to do, can't tell you where to invest your money, but what I can say is I'm considering myself looking and dabbling into the commodities market, into the minerals, strategic minerals. And I think it's a great market. I think there's a lot of value in there. And especially if you're looking at companies like we deal with, junior exploration companies, the reason why I like those companies is that as the commodity is going to start to get more valuable, and as we're going to start matching the minerals in the ground to the actual price of the commodity, there's a lot of upside there. You get a lot more leverage when you buy a penny stock. Now, a lot of people say penny stocks, there's gambling, but if you consider for a minute that the value of the minerals actually matching the value of the commodity trading price, then obviously those penny stocks at this discounted price that they are have a huge upside. So again, food for thought. I know this week we haven't done an earnings video. Like I mentioned, nothing really caught my eye, but I have been putting a lot of thought into the commodities market, into strategic metals, and I do think that it's a market that I'm going to start looking at, that you should start looking at. And once again, once companies start getting a little bit more exciting, you will get more, obviously, earnings reports. We'll let you know what we're looking at. But I would say for now, because it's quiet, because the market's not performing, because interest rates keep going up, and they will keep going up in the foreseeable future, I just keep an eye on that. And on that, we'll see you next week. Follow our videos in French if you want to learn, and we may start doing some in English. Thanks, guys.